Hi everyone, welcome to today's daily dose. It's Linda here with you for another reading. I've pre-shuffled and laid out some cards for you. This is a collective energy transmission. It is a general reading and it's not time specific. So if you find any information or message in here that resonate with you, then this reading is yours. So here is where you are now, the challenge you face, the resources you can use, the hidden forces, potential outcome, and I'm going to take one rune here for the spiritual lesson. I love this reading. This is a beautiful energy. Where you are now, 9 of Pentacles, and the challenge you face, 8 of Pentacles in reverse. How I'm seeing this, how I'm feeling the energy of this reading is that there's this feeling of you being in a good place internally, like there's a strong sense of self-worth. You could be also doing very well financially. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of a self-made person. This is not necessarily someone who's doing well financially because they have received the benefits of generational wealth, for example. This is more of a person who's someone independent and successful in their own right. And I feel like what's coming up here in the energy of this spread is that you could be having a moment right now where there's a sort of sense of dissatisfaction with the work that you've been doing. Maybe you have been successful in business or in a particular endeavor, and it could be something that you've been doing for a while, something that you've been working on for some time, and it's been working pretty well. But maybe just in this moment you could be having a sense of dissatisfaction, or you might be feeling like it's less meaningful to you than it used to be, or maybe it's become repetitive to the point where it's lacking in some sense of it being exciting or challenging in a good way for you. Maybe it's just challenging now because it has become repetitive to the point of it becoming simply boring and uninteresting. 5 of Cups in reverse is in the position of what resources you can use. So how I'm seeing that, there's 2 ways I could read this energy, but because we have the Hangman in reverse here in the potential outcome, I would say that what I need to tell you in regards to that energy is that this is maybe just a temporary energy that you're experiencing, and it's not necessarily about completely like dropping what you've been working on or moving on or changing your path direction completely, because we do have the Hangman in reverse. So it's suggesting that this is a moment just to pause and feel what you're feeling, feel into what you're experiencing, and not necessarily indulging in those emotions of dissatisfaction or boredom. Because the 5 of Cups in reverse is maybe saying that it's not necessarily about like moving on from a situation. Hangman as well, it's like this is a time to pause and reflect. The fact that the Hangman is in reverse is suggesting that this is just a moment that is perhaps temporary. There's something that you're not necessarily seeing maybe in your current circumstances, that the feeling that you're having about whatever this sensation of dissatisfaction or boredom or whatever could just be showing up as a sort of symptom or as a kind of a flag that your higher self or your unconscious mind or your greater awareness is just using as a trigger to get you to pay attention to something that is not being witnessed by you or that you're not observing, that could help you in moving this energy forward. Not that it's about necessarily pushing past these feelings, but the feelings themselves are a kind of roadmap to sort of get you to pay attention to something a little deeper that for now, right now, perhaps you haven't been aware of or haven't noticed. I hope this is making sense. The 2 of Wands is in the position of what are the hidden forces. So how I'm seeing that is again, like as part of that interpretation of like there is some dissatisfaction showing up, or a feeling of boredom perhaps, or apathy in your work, that is, it's not about this being a time for you to move on from something, but rather it could be more about you seeing how you can expand, continuing in the direction that you're already on, like building upon what you already have, but maybe there's areas that you can expand into that you haven't become aware of yet, or that you haven't noticed, or that you haven't imagined, or you haven't created yet. Because with the Hangman in reverse here, I do feel like it is time to just be in a state of observation and witnessing, just witnessing your experience, witnessing your emotions, witnessing what's coming up, and just being present to those things, rather than actually trying to force some kind of movement or action right now to just get past that. I don't feel like it's about that. I feel like this is about you witnessing where you are, and just taking in all of the energy, and just being aware and observant in the space that you're in right now, to see if there's something that can arise out of that place of stillness and observation and witnessing, to help you perhaps see something that you're not seeing now, that will help engage your creativity and your awareness and your psyche, your consciousness and your emotions in ways that you have not yet become aware of just yet. So like the dissatisfaction doesn't need to be a point of discontent or unhappiness or self-victimization, but rather it's just like a way for your higher self and your consciousness to get your attention, to perhaps look and become present to and available to new information that is being perhaps downloaded to you, that your attention is not able to pick up on yet, because your awareness is elsewhere, let's say. Now this rune that you have here in the position of the spiritual lesson here is really interesting. So this rune is called Sawelo, and it represents the sun. So how I'm seeing that in this energy is that like there is more achievement or success or new goals to perhaps define in your current work life, or in your it may not necessarily be about career, but the way that you channel your energy into the physical reality, you know, whether if that's, you know, family, or if you have a legacy project or some kind of situation that you put your energy into that's meaningful to you. That's what I'm seeing here, is like that you might feel bored and dissatisfied, but actually what I'm feeling is that there could be something new that you can birth into a current endeavor that maybe has become a little stale because it's become repetitive. There could be something new that you invoke or introduce into that flow, or into that experience, that brings you to the next level of that experience, right? Maybe you're just at a plateau right now, and it's not about you walking away from it because it's boring and tedious, but rather maybe there's some new energy you can inject into it that will make it feel more exciting and interesting again, and help you bring not just yourself to another level, but also that project or that endeavor to another level. You may just need to be available to ideas and inspiration that comes from your higher self, that will help you understand how to bring more like victory and success into an existing project or endeavor, to invoke more I don't know what, more possibilities, more healing, more financial success as well. It might not be something necessarily for you on a spiritual level, but maybe there's something that you could invoke or inject or introduce into an existing business or project that could bring about more financial reward. But you know, you're here on my channel because you're interested in your personal development and your spiritual growth. So, but those things are tied together, you know, like introducing a new branch or a new arm into an existing business or project so that it will create more money is not separate from it being about how you grow spiritually. Those things are intertwined. But overall, what I'm seeing in this energy is that there are options that can be invoked and brought into an existing situation that may feel a little tired and stale and boring and mundane and uninteresting and repetitive. It's just about you being still and present to those feelings of discomfort in order to be available to new ideas and inspiration that your higher self is wanting to download you with. Just checking over here, but I feel like that's it for this reading. Yeah, I feel like spiritual insight is close by, and your dissatisfaction with your current situation is just the trigger to get you to look for that or to become available to that, so that new concepts and new ideas can be brought through and into your current situation, to bring new enthusiasm into something that's existing. Alright my friends, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.